What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning. So come by and say hello. Okay, I want to talk about SPS today and what we can potentially expect out of Riftwatchers when it comes to price action for SPS. Now, again, I'm not going to make any kind of price predictions. We don't do that here on the channel. But there is, at least for those who want to buy Riftwatchers packs, if you don't have the SPS already, you're going to need to buy. So it should put some buy pressure on the token. Now, I want to take just a brief history through SPS being used as a currency, similar to what's going to happen with Riftwatchers and what happened recently with the nodes. So we've now had, I believe, 3 examples, maybe more, but at least what I'm going to focus on here are the 3 examples going back to last year in October when we had Chaos Legion and the presale be the main, at least the first or initial use case for SPS outside of getting vouchers and outside of, getting staking rewards. So at that point in time, you could get like a 10% discount buying Chaos Legion packs with SPS. And so that was a huge driver for everybody to want to buy with SPS versus DEC or credits or whatever the case is. So that was, during the height of the run here, you can see that we were, hitting our all-time highs in mid-October. The next time we saw a kind of pump was in February of this year. And you can see once Bitcoin and the market kind of cooled off in January, we were down at like the 10, 11 cent range here. And with the Waka pump that happened in February, that brought us up to, I don't know, maybe 14 cents. Yeah, 14.3 cents is what the high that I'm showing here going into March. So that happened for SPS. And then, of course, the market kind of ranged as well. And with nodes, I'm not sure what this was here in April. This might have been the excitement after the ranked rewards, after that Yabba Matt town hall. But you can see here that for the nodes, we had dropped down into the 6 cent range and jumped all the way up to, I don't know, 12 cents, I think is the highest that I saw. Maybe 11 cents is the highest that I saw. Not on the daily, but just on the chart, on the hourly chart when it was happening. And now we've kind of cooled back off into the 7 cent range where we've been ranging around for the last week or so, or I guess this whole month at this point. So when I look at this and I'm just like, okay, well, we look back at the Chaos Legion launch and SPS just had like all this utility, but there were a couple of factors there that I want to make sure people are aware of. First, that was the first time vouchers were available and they were incredibly scarce because this is the first time that SPS was having a use case. This is the first time vouchers were having a use case and everybody wanted to try and get as many vouchers as they could. So they were all buying into SPS for that reason. The other thing is that SPS had a much smaller circulating supply. At that point in time, there was only like 200 million, less than 200 million actually, because I remember there's like 90 million staked and 90 million liquid at the time. That's how little it was. So 180 million circulating supply versus what we have now, which is approaching 800 million. So almost a 4x in terms of the supply. So that use case and those factors that happened around that time, with vouchers first being in there, with SPS being used as a currency with a 10% discount, all of that and the hype of just Chaos Legion is really what caused this massive surge in price. We have not seen that again, even though Waka sold out in 43 seconds, even though the node license presale sold out in 11 minutes, we have not seen that surge because the supply is so much higher. So any kind of volume coming in is just not going to move the needle. In fact, one of the things that I wanted to take a look at here is the validator node license sale. So let me see if I can refresh this, and if somebody else bought one more, we are still at 23.99 licenses remaining. So we hit a wall around like 26.70 something or 26.60 something. So I'm just going to say, we've sold roughly 250 since the since the announcement that the rewards are being pulled up, right? I believe a week ago at this point in time. So we've sold about 250 nodes, which isn't a small amount. That's almost, that's almost, well, what is it? 250 divided by the 3,000. That's almost 10%. It's 8.3% of, well, actually, it's more than that, right? So we're closing in on 10% of tranche one being sold just in the last week after this node, after the node rewards were being announced that they're coming in early. So let's be conservative here and see just how much SPS was burned, what the volume of SPS would have been from a US dollar standpoint. Assuming that anybody who bought a node in the last week used all vouchers that they could, up to 500 vouchers. And if you didn't, with voucher prices being what, like $1.12, that was not the best move. You could have saved a ton of money. So we're going to assume that everybody saved as much money as they could. That meant that $1,500 of SPS would need to have been bought or burned, right, at the time, times that 250, and we're looking at $375,000 in volume that could have happened for new money coming in. Now, this probably would have been closer to $400,000 in terms of overall volume coming in. The thing is, it's difficult to tell. People may have just taken the SPS that they had and said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and convert the SPS that I have into a node right now. So let me just sell through at whatever the price is at, versus let me bring in fresh capital from fiat, buy into the SPS that I need, and then go for that. So this 400,000 of potential volume is kind of up in the air. But what I want to focus on, and we can see here on Hive Engine, we have what, 50, yeah, a little under 50K of volume, but I'm actually going to go back to CoinGecko here. You can see the 24-hour trading volume for CoinGecko is almost 600,000 in terms of just US dollar value volume happening across SPS per day. So across the past week, 400,000 split across those days doesn't seem like that much, not even in a single day. Sure, if you get, a $400,000 spike in volume in a single day, that could move the price, but it hasn't done it over the past week. And you can see, let's look at the 7-day, because we can get exactly this right now. I mean, SPS has just continued to fall in pricing, fall in value. Look at the 14-day. Actually, let's look at the 30-day. So this was the lead up to the node license sale when, 2,000 were going to get bought. And then since that time, we've come down. So what does that have to do with Riftwatchers? Well, what I keep hearing for Riftwatchers is people keep referencing, well, take a look at what happened with Chaos Legion. There was, so much hype, so much whatever for, SPS at the time, and Riftwatchers is going to be the same. You can only buy it with SPS, so that much volume, 3 million packs, it's going to be crazy, right? I don't doubt that it's going to move the market. I think that it will. I can't tell you how much, and I don't know what kind of impact, and even if I did tell you how much, I'd be lying to you because I'm just guessing. I'm literally pulling a number out of thin air. So sure, people might be able to figure that out if they try to do some TA, but nobody can really determine what the market is going to do. All I can tell you is that we've seen a significant amount of volume used for SPS in the past couple of weeks with the node license sale, and that hasn't moved the market very much. So when I think about what's going to happen with Riftwatchers, sure, Riftwatchers could sell out, but in terms of what that's going to do to the price, I think many people already have their SPS bags now and are hoping or waiting for the Riftwatcher sale to kind of pump the prices so that they can get more packs, right? This was the reason that everybody said Chaos Legion didn't sell out. Well, it's because the SPS token went down in value because nobody was buying it. They were waiting for everybody else to buy it to push the price up so that they could get more packs instead of less packs. Because if SPS is 2x the price that it was today, I'd be able to buy double the amount of packs, right? So that's essentially the mindset that's happening here. So unless and until we can get new capital coming in that is trying to buy SPS for any reason at this point, whether it's Riftwatchers or some other utility, we're not going to see that. The other thing is that SPS, as I've been complaining about, has lost the only utility that it really has with vouchers, because now people are going to be getting a ton of vouchers from nodes, and so you don't need to buy SPS when you can just go and buy a node. And the math on that might be fun to do, but I'll save that for another day. But at this point in time, I just I don't see the price moving for Riftwatchers very much. So again, I'm not trying to be bearish just to be bearish. I'm just trying to get people to start thinking about these things. Again, from a game perspective, I'm so excited. I'm so bullish on Splinterlands because I'm really loving the new rewards, even though they've kind of swapped things around. And if you saw my last video talking about like the higher level rewards, I do think they're going to need to address that. But from the lower level rewards, or even just me playing in gold, it's super fun. I can get a ton of rewards and I feel like I'm getting some great value, and I'm happy that people at the lower levels and new players coming in are getting that value. But from a token perspective, I know that the team wants this to be the summer of Splinterlands, but I'm really dividing out the investable side of Splinterlands versus the playable side of Splinterlands. I'm bullish. This is going to be the summer of Splinterlands with Modern and Wild, potentially Land, Riftwatchers, all this new meta that's going to be happening within the game. But from an investment standpoint, I'm not seeing any significant movement in SPS. That being said, I'd love to be proven wrong. You guys know me. I'm a big fan of SPS and a bull long term, but I'm just trying to get people thinking about what to expect over the next couple of months, as we are now looking at Riftwatchers kind of just around the corner in August or September, whenever that ends up playing out. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. If I'm looking at anything wrong and you would like to correct me, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd be happy to post a follow-up video. But otherwise, let me know your thoughts on this, how you are planning for it, and we can continue the conversation down there. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in this video. Have an amazing rest of your day. I will catch you all in the next one, and I will see you around the game. Take care.